everybody, my name is Blitzwinger, and of course, welcome back to another Lego video. Today it is a very special occasion because it's a brand new series which will be called Let's Build. It's going to basically feature tiny little Lego sets like the one we're going to be tackling today. Of course, to commemorate the release of the Lego movie yesterday, I decided to go ahead and today actually review a Lego movie set. And we're going to be taking a look at, of course, set number 70801, The Melting Room, or Melting Room. It is 122 pieces, which means that it should fit into a decently sized length video, and at the same time won't be too boring because it's not a massive build, so it should be a pretty fair thing to tackle. So without further ado, let's get this thing unpacked. It looks like, by the way, it comes with Emmett, Wild Style, and Robo SWAT, and let's get cracking, shall we? So I'm just gonna go ahead and open the set up. Now this is an older set. This was one of the sets. Oh, nice, there's the big plate. This was one of the sets that is pretty old. I think it came out right in when the movie came out. This was one of the first sets that was out there. But the problem is, I don't know why in my area it was very difficult to find this set. You could find any other set except for this one. I know that some other areas had a problem with, like Cloud Cuckoo Palace, I believe, was the one that got to be a little rare. But for us, at least in my area, it was this set that was particularly challenging to actually find, which wasn't too cool. Look at that, a separate little baggie just for Wild Style's hood there. So, now by the way, the idea behind Let's Build is just to kind of have a casual Lego building experience, and this is going to be fun. I'm sure I'm going to get a lot of criticism about how I should be assembling Legos and things like that, because there's always those Lego purists who are going to be like, how dare you not mix and match? I mean, how dare you mix and match these pieces? You know, most people like to separate them out into tiny little plates. Now, that's what I usually do when I'm building a big set, but with a set like this, and just to try to keep everything in the shot, I'm going to go ahead and just do it like this. Now, if you guys watched my Lego movie unboxing yesterday, which I guess would be dating this video, but hey, what the heck. You guys know that I asked you guys to ask me questions, which is what this little sheet here is for. So I'm going to be answering questions. Now, basically from this point on, if you guys enjoy this idea, definitely give it a like rating, and if, let's say, we hit 750 likes, this will be something that I'll do again. Now, I will still be reviewing Lego sets, but every now and then I'll do this kind of casual type conversation of where we'll be assembling Lego sets on camera. So if you guys are interested in that, first of all, like the video, and then furthermore, leave questions down in the comment section below, because those are going to be the questions that I will be answering throughout future episodes of Let's Build. So, that being said, let's get a cracking. We're going to begin with assembling the actual minifigures here. So it looks like we got an Emmett. Seems like he's going to get two expressions here, which is quite cool. Definitely happy about that. So we've got the kind of confident, smiling Emmett, and then the terrified, what the heck is going on, Emmett? Which, I love that expression. I think it's fantastic. Oh, I forgot to give him the piece. Wait. The piece, la resistance. I need the little piece that goes onto his neck, which I believe is this one. So we're just going to slide that in. And then that goes onto there. Little piece, the craggle, so to speak. Some people know what that is. And then the feet. There we go. And the hair, of course. There we are. Now, I love that he's got that little thing on his hair there, the little cowlick, because I have two of those actually, so yeah, me and Emmett have something in common. That's fantastic. So there's Emmett. That's our first minifigure for this set. So I'm going to go ahead and set him aside, and in the meantime, let's go ahead and find Wild Style. Alright, so it looks like she also has two different expressions. We got this one here, and then the more serious Wild Style, ready to kick some butt. But we're going to keep her nice and smiling, sort of. She kind of smirks, I guess, more than actually smiles. And we're going to slide that onto here. I believe the hood just goes over, right? Ooh, man, that is awesome. That looks really nice. I really like all those little patterns and designs. It looks quite lovely. And I believe she's supposed to get one of the weapons, which is the black-handled, or completely black, I should say, axe. So let's go ahead and snap that into her hand. And there we go. There is Wild Style. So then we move on to the Robo SWAT. I really love the fact that I'm starting to accumulate a nice little army of these guys. I have a whole bunch of different Robo characters. Looks like he only has one expression, which is, I don't know what I'm doing in this movie except for getting beat up. Expression. By the way, I watched the movie last night. So good, so awesome. And I'm going to get to the questions in just a brief moment, as soon as I find the hat. Nice. So there we go. He's got a nice little baseball cap there. Looking pretty cool. Looking pretty cool indeed. So, let's get to the questions. So first question is, the Gaming Maniac. What is the most favorite Lego figure you have ever seen or have? So I don't know about ever seen, because again, as much as I have seen quite a few Lego figures at this point, I haven't seen all of them, so I don't think it's very fair for me to say, oh, this one is the one that I absolutely like more than any other one. So as I'm answering the questions, I'll be also assembling this thing. By the way, that looks cool. It's kind of like, it reminds me of the Avengers logo with the A there. But yeah, I would say out of the ones that I currently own, you guys know I'm a big fan of the Ninja Turtles. I'm a big fan of superhero characters as well. So it would probably be one of those characters. I really love the Hulk minifigure. I think it's absolutely fantastic. I like the Loki one. That one is really neat too. All the turtle figures are pretty gosh darn cool. I think that that line in itself is pretty underrated, at least in my personal opinion. I think that not a lot of people quite get how good some of those characters are. I mean, some of those are really, really, really well done, and I enjoy those quite a bit. So I would say it's probably one of those characters. Again, I know that I'm kind of tippy-toeing around the answer, but again, I have a hard time just picking one character, and I think that if I could answer this question in a few... am I doing this right? Nope, I'm not. There we go. That hurt. That hurt my finger. Okay, so I believe it's these pieces that go onto here. Yep. And yeah, if I could answer this question, let's say in a few months from now, or let's say more ideally in a few years from now, that would be easier to do, because I'd probably have a more set idea of what is my favorite minifigure. Because again, there are some figures I like because of the characters that they portray, and then other figures that I like just because of how well designed they are. So I think that it's really difficult for me to say that now, because I've only recently, or relatively recently, have gotten into Lego heavily again. So at least the collecting of the figures and such. So as a result of that, it's really difficult for me to just pinpoint and give you a clear opinion and kind of stick by it. So that's, I know it's a bit of a tippy-toe answer there, but I hope that you guys won't be too offended by that response there. So it looks like now we're putting together already some guardrails here for the melting room. And of course, this is one of the early scenes in the film. Spoiler alert. I really love, though, how recently, or at least, maybe, I don't know, maybe Lego has been doing this for years, I don't know. Let me know down in the comment section below, because again, as I said before, I've only recently started to collect the actual toys again, the actual building sets. Now, there should be another one of these guardrails. Don't you hate that moment of where you think that they shorted you? You think, oh my god, no, 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 no. You just get like, you go into panic mode and you start freaking out, like, no way, how dare they? How could it happen to me? And then you just like look over and you're like, oh, there it is, genius. Don't freak out, just look around first. But yeah, I love how, as I was saying before that, before I interrupted myself, I guess, which is something I do very often. But nonetheless, I really love the way that some of the, or most of the sets that they release nowadays are actual sets that represent scenes from the, oh come on, why doesn't that fit on there? From the movies. But at the same time, I think that some companies might not be so happy about that anymore, because I know that with, was it Iron Man 3, where a Lego set spoiled the fact that Pepper Potts was going to be wearing an armor in the movie. I mean, we had the rumor out there, and whoa, this is such a cool piece right there. That looks neat. We had that rumor out there, and some people were thinking that that's what's going to happen, but we didn't really have a confirmation or anything like that. But then when the Lego set came out, and it featured her in an Iron Man outfit. Okay, now I'm having a hard time finding another piece. This is going well. Oh, please don't tell me I messed it up or missed it or something. I don't see it anywhere around. Now, of course, it's probably here. I'm looking for this piece right here. So it's gotta be here. I know it is. My brain is having a hard time actually locating it. This is why I usually tend to sort these by color, because I think that that's easier. but at the same time, I'll be honest with you guys, 9 times out of 10, I just kind of throw them all out. I'm like, yep, let's build, which works well until you build a set that has like 400 or 500 pieces. No, I've never built one of those sets that has like over 1,000. I think there are sets like that. I'm pretty sure that some of those big Star Wars sets are over 1,000 pieces, but it looks like we're done with this for now, so we're going to get back to that in a moment. And speaking of getting back to things, then why don't we get another question going? So the next question is Raul Montes asks, what is your favorite character in the Lego movie? So I think that it's really easy to kind of jump to, Emmett, because obviously he's the main character, and he is definitely a very, very cool character, and I think that he's one of the coolest characters in film in a long time, because I feel like he's kind of like, he's very goofy and all that, but at the same time, there's something like really about the performance that Mr. Chris Pratt pulled off with this character about being very pure. Like he doesn't seem like dumb. Like he makes errors and he's not perfect, he's imperfect and all that, but he seems very like there's a really positive vibe around his character, at least for me. So he's definitely a character that jumps to mind just because of how well it was portrayed in this film. But at the same time, I would have to be honest with you guys and say that the character that I enjoyed seeing on screen the most was, of course, Liam Neeson's good cop, bad cop, because, I don't know, I think that character just makes me laugh because of the idea of Liam Neeson standing in a voiceover booth and having to do the good cop voice, which just makes me laugh like crazy. So I think that's the main reason why I find him to be so enjoyable. I mean, he was awesome in the movie. I love that little, gag with him throwing the chairs and stuff. That was awesome. When that guy's running away and he still manages to hit him with the chair. I mean, that's just a fantastic scene. By the way, I might obviously talk about some spoilers of the movie, so my apologies in advance here, or sure, I guess with a delay. But now, from now on, again, spoilers. So just be well aware of that. So looks like we built a little mechanism here. That looks interesting. All right, so let's carry on with the next thing here. This is interesting. I don't even know what this is. I really love how these sets come with so many unique pieces. I think that's why a lot of Lego collectors are very, very happy with the Lego movie set, is because a lot of these sets have a really great, diverse range of pieces and unique pieces. So I think that that's really nice and cool. Plus, I think that the Lego movie set took a lot of really good steps towards implementing very interesting designs and such. So I'm definitely enjoying that quite a bit. So in the meantime, let me get cracking on another question here in just a moment. I'm just trying to, where's this? Okay, that piece has to go onto here. All right, so next question is from Dino Domenico, and he or she asks, what's your favorite bit? I'm assuming from the actual movie, and as I said, definitely one of my favorite bits is that running and throwing the chair gag. That thing is just hilarious. I think that is so funny, that scene. Every time I think I'll watch that scene, it will make me laugh. And I love how it's just an ongoing gag in the movie, so I absolutely love that. I think that the third quarter, or the third, I guess, the last third of the movie, oh, look at that. That looks kind of cool. That definitely looks kind of interesting. But the last the last section of the movie takes a big interesting turn, and I'm going to try to keep it as vague as possible for those of you that want to continue watching, and so I'm going to obviously have some minor spoilers, but I'll try to keep it vague. But that last section and kind of where the movie goes is something that nobody talked about, none of the reviewers talked about, and it was a really, really pleasant surprise when you walked into a movie theater and it took place, because I don't think anybody expected it, and it was really nice, and it kind of changed the whole perspective of the movie, and also kind of added an interesting element to the film. And I don't know, I really enjoyed that last section of the movie. I think that is my favorite kind of pleasant surprise. And overall, I would say that I enjoyed the most the pacing of that film, because that film just seems to be moving 120 miles an hour. There's not one moment where you can get bored. I know some people have told me that they've gotten bored in this movie. I don't know what they were watching, because to me, I've said it before, it's like, it feels like a YouTube video that is basically like an hour and a half, or sorry, 2 hours long. But what was it, an hour and a half? Something like that. Over an hour long, let's put it that way, where it's just constantly punchlines in your face, quick gags, visual gags, you know, little puns and things. And I don't know, I really found the pacing of the film to be very, very, very enjoyable, and something that I truly had a fun time watching. So let's see. Sorry, I'm just trying to figure out what it is that I need to get here next. So it looks like I need to get some of these little pieces here. It seems as though we need to do that twice. So let's go ahead and grab the other one. Here we go. Okay, so I think that this is the piece onto which Emmett kind of gets placed, I think. So let's see. Nice little details coming through here. Little vents and such. Snap that in and push that up a little bit. There we go. All right, very nice. Next page. All right, there we go. It's going to clip on in, or onto this, I should say. So let's see. I guess, do I just clip it at the lowest bottom or kind of in the middle? That's what I'm wondering, because I could clip it here. I think that that's where it goes. I'm pretty certain that that's how it's supposed to be. Okay, that looks interesting. We got the chains hanging on the sides here. I guess those are supposed to be attached to Emmett once he's in place. But that looks cool. All right, definitely starting to come together here. Alrighty, so speaking of things coming together, let's get another question going. Horrible segue, I know. Next question is from Boys with Toys. Cool, cool nickname there. What's your favorite Lego Movie vehicle? So of course, with the Lego Movie, they've released some really fantastic vehicles. Like, I have to say, some of the sets that they've come out with are just amazing. Like all those like Trash Chomper sets, or the what is it called? The one with the, oh, okay, sorry, I just made sure that I didn't mess that up. Or the set with the ice cream truck. All those different vehicles. That's what I'm assuming you're referring to. And I think that they are fantastic. I think they're absolutely brilliantly well done. And my personal favorite one, now again, I have to preface this with saying that I do not own all the vehicles, so I've not had an experience or have kind of, you know, messed around with all of them. So out of the ones that I own, the Trash Chomper is my favorite. I think that it's just a cool concept of having a giant garbage truck turn into a thing that just eats garbage and chops on garbage. There's just something really, really cool about that whole idea. So for me, that is definitely the set that I think I have so far found to be the coolest one of the bunch. So let's see, I think that these two pieces come together like so. And then we just clip that onto here. There we are. Bam, look at that. This is certainly starting to come together nicely. So yeah, that would be the Trash Chomper for me personally. But again, as you guys know, I always like to get you guys involved. Sorry about that, guys. My camera just cut out there. My apologies. But I know that one of the obvious choices would probably be something like saying the new mech suit or the new Benny's spaceship, because why not? I mean, that's an awesome set. So I definitely could see how that is kind of the go-to vehicles, but at the same time, I mean, we're talking a completely different price point with those sets, and I have not messed around with them, even though I know that the giant mech is going to be amazing. I absolutely acknowledge that. I know that it's going to be epic, so I am very much looking forward to getting that thing at some point down the line and messing around with it for sure. Maybe it'll be a birthday gift or something like that. We'll see. It definitely is something that I'm very, very interested in checking out at some point down the line. So this is a kind of an interesting little mechanism. Looks like there's going to be another bit to the melting room here. Okay, so next up, it looks like we're going to be building some interesting control panels. But first, let's go ahead and read another question. Daniel Luz says, what would you rate the Lego Movie Blitz? I would say that the Lego Movie is really, really good. I think so far, it's for sure the best animated movie of the year. Then again, I didn't watch How to Train Your Dragon yet, but I doubt that there's going to be any better animated movie this year. If there is, that would really shock me. Like, I would really genuinely be surprised if there's another movie that is on par or even better than the Lego Movie, at least for me personally, just because me being like a toy collector and everything like that, that movie had a lot of significance, you know, and it's just a really super, okay, sorry, I thought I messed that up. Super well done film, and I think that it has a really nice message to it. Very, very lighthearted, but at the same time, at the end of the movie, you kind of realize how much heart the movie has, and I think that that's something that a lot of movies have a hard time doing, especially modern films have a really difficult time with kind of, you know, not only just having a movie, but also having heart behind the movie and such. Okay, so this is pretty cool. Look at that. We've got this little mechanism that connects onto this arm, which is pretty sweet because you could rotate it in and out. That's a pretty cool concept. It almost looks like a snake, doesn't it? It looks like a cobra. Look at that. Those are the eyes. There's the mouth. Oh, that's pretty cool. I didn't even notice that. All right, so let's move on to the next. Ooh, nice. We're going to use this thing now. So this is exciting. I really want to see how this bit works with this whole set. So I would say, if I had to give it a rating, I would say, again, I don't want to be like giving it a 10 out of 10 because for me it's a 10 out of 10 movie, and because it impressed the heck out of me, and I think that it's just a brilliant film from the standpoint of, you know, it kind of like does not promote the idea of using instruction booklets and kind of rebelling against the norm and such, but at the same time, it makes you want to purchase all these sets and kind of interact with all these brilliant designs and such. So I think from a marketing standpoint, it was a really, really cool movie, and that pulled off something that I've never ever seen anything else pull off. So that was impressive. But furthermore, for me, I mean, going into it, I had high expectations and high hopes, and I think that it's just interesting to see how it's a movie. It's not a movie that has a toy line. It's a toy based. It's a movie that is completely based on a toy franchise or on a toy property. And as a result of that, I had very, very low expectations for the quality of the film, and it surpassed all those expectations and delivered in spades, which is why I don't know, I really enjoyed it from top to bottom, from the storytelling, from visually, just how, honestly, going out of that film, I had thought that it was stop motion, but I realized then, some people told me this on Twitter, that it's in fact not a stop motion film. It's CGI, but it's made to look as though it is a stop motion film, which gave it just this absolutely brilliant kind of a visual aesthetic that I can't quite compare to anything. Like, it didn't look like a Pixar movie, it didn't look like a DreamWorks movie, it didn't look like any other company's kind of visual cue or visual style. It was very unique in that way, and as a result of that, I was really impressed by it. So for me, I would say that it's a 10 out of 10. It's a solid 10 out of 10. And I know some people are going to definitely disagree on that, but I can't say that I've seen animated movies that are way better than this film. Like, you could definitely make the argument for things like, you know, WALL-E or Up, or maybe the Toy Story movies, some of those films being better than the Lego Movie, but at the same time, for me, I feel like the Lego Movie was on par with those films, and those movies are 10 out of 10 for me. So I would say that if I had to give it a rating, I would give it a solid 10 out of 10. So before we get to the next question, it looks like we got an interesting little complex bit here, so let's go ahead and try to get this just right. And knowing me, I just don't want to mess this up, especially on camera, because then it wouldn't be remembered forever. So I think that is all I was meant to do here. And then I just plug this bit right into there. And we end up with this really weird looking apparatus. We'll see where that goes. Ooh, here we go. So now we got to take this bit, and it looks like it plugs into here. Ooh, this is so cool. Look at this. This is just absolutely fantastic. Look at that. Bam. That's what I'm talking about. Like, this is the kind of stuff I love about the Lego Movie designs, is things like this, because it's just mind-blowing to see how many of these elements just look super duper uber cool. Alright, so there we are. We've got that, and this is supposed to attach to, let's see. Oh, okay, I see. It attaches to that Cobra arm. I guess it's no longer going to look like a Cobra now. And it just clips on to here. Look at that! Bam! That is very, very, very cool. Very promising right there. Look at that. That is just awesome. Again, everything maneuvers around, so that's really awesome. Of course, that's the placement upon which Mr. Emmett goes. We'll put him there in just a moment. Alrighty, so we're done with that. Let's flip on over to the next set. Ooh, I didn't even notice this little wheel thing here. This looks interesting, so I guess we just push that onto there. Then we have to use this little bit to slide that through, as does this. Slides on top of that, correct? Okay, so by the way, I should probably get to another question. Silly me, completely forgot about that. Dynamic Man, I think, 1907 Olsen, says, do Metalbeard's duel one day? So I'm assuming the set that features Metalbeard's, was it called Metalbeard's Duel? I don't remember what it was called, but of course Metalbeard is also, I forgot to mention him, how could I? But of course also one of the coolest characters in the movie, and definitely a character that I would love to be, to have in plastic form. Why does this not go? Oh, it's not supposed to go all the way. Okay, good. Because I was worried that I was doing something wrong. Like, this is not fitting. And I definitely want to pick up that set. So I would never do a let's build for that set, because that would just be torturous to assemble such a huge set. I mean, look how long this video is. And that would just probably drive me crazy. So I don't see myself doing that. This is probably the laser pointer that we're assembling right now. So I don't see myself doing that. However, I would definitely consider doing a review for that set. So if you guys would be interested in that, definitely let me know down in the comment section below. Okay, so that was the little laser pointer assembly. It's kind of loose though. I wonder if it's... Oh, okay. Now I know why it's loose, because I didn't put it on correctly. Genius. There we go. Okay, now it's nice and tight on there. Sweet. And it does rotate around, so that's pretty cool. Awesome sauce. Okay, I definitely like the way that that's looking. Okay, so let's see. Is that it? Oh, we're done! Okay! So I guess these are all kind of tiny little extra bits and bobs that we have left over. So let's go ahead and slide those out of the way. I forgot to give the Robo SWAT his blaster here. So let's go ahead and do that. Gonna give him his blaster. There he is. And then we've got our melting room. We've got this sneaking wild style over there. And I think he's supposed to be backwards, doesn't he? Because he wouldn't be able to fit with the piece. The piece. Come on. There, wait. Okay, so I think I should be able to fit this onto his hands. Oh, it's got to be the other way. Oh, no, it's not. Huh. Oh, yes it is. I forgot. You got to rotate his hands around. Okay, come on, Emmett. Work with me here, buddy. Emmett, work with me, buddy. Come on. Come on. Did I just say come on? There we go. Okay, come on. Come on. There we go. Stop it, Emmett. Emmett, behave. Behave thyself. Okay, there we go. So we've got Emmett chained in. And now it's up to Wildstyle to rescue him, of course. So, okay, that one doesn't want to fit. Okay, so there we go, guys. That is the complete set right there. And that is the very first episode of Let's Build. Let me know if you guys enjoyed this. If you did, of course, ask some questions down in the comment section below. And I will definitely consider answering some of those when we do Let's Build again. If we do it, of course. So if you guys want to see it again, smash that like button. If we hit 750 likes, then I will definitely consider bringing it back. With all that being said, of course, have a fantastic day. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out. See you later, alligators. Bye-bye, guys.